Dinarland from Bluedog, Poppy3, IQDcalls.com chat and more. First up from Bluedog. Security is tight in all areas of Iraq right now, and the US troops 40,000 and coalition troops to guard what? Currency reform movement? Maybe, in my opinion. Borders sealed off. Countries bordering Iraq have moved troops to borders to help also, a Trump plan. Jordan, Kuwait, Saudis, Turkey, and Iran are playing the game after the tour of Abadi in the Arab countries. Anything imported from ships in ports or border ports are being charged tax, and that is filling the budget also. Saudis have shined up the old oil pipeline from Iraq, which has never been a favorite of Saudis. And oil is flowing strong and being sold to the West. Deals made by Abadi on his Arab tour were put forth with Trump's Saudi visit, and backroom deals not ever exposed to the news agency's IMO. Iran starting to play in this whole plan. Now swap currencies. And Abadi being happy with the visit. I think the Middle East is for the first time coming together. Especially the release of prisoners. And the Iraq Stock Exchange will not be up till after Eid. Iraq bought expensive armored vehicles with guns on top that have been ready for a time as this to move expensive currency around to banks and ATMs. Money's being held in escrow around the world to be released June 30th. Loans from the WB, IMF, need to see a rate first before allocating. Abadi to announce the deletion of Daesh during the end of Eid. Air travel through the country of Iraq is being negotiated with Arab countries and getting the okay. And the port of Tribal should be flowing smoothly soon with commodities. All the above is just in my opinion. Next up from Poppy3. Found chatting in the IQDcalls.com chat. Good evening rich friends, good to hear from many old friends. I was invited to come in, so I thought I would visit for a few minutes. I have never let up investigating and have stayed in touch with all of my wonderful sources. Not going to elaborate, but I'll say I am very excited for what is pending for the next very few days. I today have been examining local banks and federal credit unions in the Nashville area, finding that many that had never had the capability to exchange foreign currencies have lately been preparing to do so. Very interesting. Next up, more from the IQDcalls.com chat, Sunday night, June 25th, 2017. Another Sunday. Another week begins. How is everybody doing? I have to admit that the timing of the RV and the rest of life is an edge of the seat situation. More than mere waiting. I suspect I'm not the only one. If A then B, if C then D and E, but not B. If C can't make D happen, then G twists and turns. Unless Mosul is just a smokescreen reason. Who really knows? The CBI and IMF dash and they aren't talking. It isn't just flip a switch. Major shifts will happen. I have a feeling the delays are more about shaky feeling that they haven't foreseen something that will be huge. Elmer Fudd says. It looks like a lot of changes are taking place behind the scenes, we'll probably just see the end results. Heron says. Yeah. But the post-exchange scenarios are where the real changes start. Economic change can bring unexpected results. Elmer Fudd. True. Heron. Suddenly there are millions of lottery winners all over the world. People who have barely had enough to make ends meet are suddenly wealthy. Lots of important jobs suddenly vacated. It can get ugly. Elmer Fudd, or it might free up jobs for a lot of unemployed. Heron, if they have the skills and education, perhaps. But the workforce bandwidth isn't necessarily that strong. Heron. Do you feel the workforce is highly skilled but simply lacking opportunity? If so, perhaps your scenario is good, then. Elmer Fudd. Probably a lot of skilled who lost their jobs in 2008. From Brow. Lots of mopping up to do maybe by year end or beginning of next year. Heron. Don't misunderstand. The long-range prospect seems beneficial, but the short term might get ugly. Perhaps that is part of being hesitant to pull the curtain back. Elmer Fudd. They're going to have to. They can't go international without it. Heron. Yep. Time to get things going. More at IQDcalls.com. Thanks.